Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on December 21st, Friday, the first full day of winter. A powerful cold front has swept through much of the mid-Atlantic region on its way to the East Coast right now. Heavy rain is moving into the southern part of New England. Colder air is moving in behind this front, and strong winds will continue in the mid-Atlantic region for the next 48 hours or so. We may be very well looking back at this frontal passage as kind of a game changer here in terms of winter-like weather here in the Mid-Atlantic region. Of course, we've had quite a mild December so far without much snow, and that very well could change over the next 7 to 10 days or so. Let's take a look at the latest surface map. Still some residual effects of the blizzard out over the Midwest. Strong winds, very cold conditions out here from the western Great Lakes to the eastern Great Lakes, and there's quite a bit of snow shower activity now downwind of the Great Lakes. This will become a significant lake effect type of snow event over the next 48 hours or so, with several inches of accumulation over West Virginia, for example, all the way across portions of western Pennsylvania. Could very well see several inches of snow over the next 24 to 48 hours. Meanwhile, heavy rain has moved into the southern part of New England. The front caused some very strong wind gusts here in the Philadelphia metro region overnight, with some heavy rain on the order of 1.5 to 2 inches. Some flash flooding did occur, and all that heavy rain again is moving up into New England. It's cold enough for some snow up in the far northern part of New England, in places like western Maine, for example. Well, here's the latest infrared satellite loop. Just a tremendous comma-shaped cloud here associated with this powerful storm that caused some of the first major snowfall in the upper part of the Midwest in quite a while. I know Madison, Wisconsin had at least 15 inches on the ground last evening, but there's still some snow falling at the time. Again, quite a significant lake effect. A snow event coming now over the next 48 hours. A spin in the atmosphere as the surface low here is kind of giving way to a developing low right along the coastal region, but nonetheless is still spinning the atmosphere here with strong 40-45 mile per hour wind gusts on its backside coming down the shores of Lake Michigan towards Chicago, for example, and snow showers have broken out all the way into the downwind of the eastern part of the Great Lakes. Heavy rain moving in New England, up over Maine, cold enough for snow. Lots of clearing skies here in the middle part of the country, and yet another storm out here in the Pacific Northwest with rain in the lower elevations and snow up in the higher elevations. Well, here's a current look at the nationwide radar. Very heavy rain here associated with that major league frontal system. The front is situated right about like this, moving in a fashion to the north and east. Heavy rain, strong wind gusts associated with that frontal system. This up here in the northern part of New England is in the form of snow right in here, and this is all snow right in here. Snow bands are starting to set up just downwind of the Great Lakes. They'll have several inches of snow in some of the higher elevation locations, again from West Virginia across western and northern Pennsylvania, for example, and into western part of New York State. Another storm system out here in this very active pattern out over the west coast, with rain down near the San Francisco area and snow in some of the higher elevations. They've been getting pounded out in the western mountainous areas over the last several days. Well, this very active weather pattern will continue next week as well. Again, this powerful cold front, I think, is kind of a game changer in terms of the atmosphere. It's ushering in colder air, not bitter cold air by any means, but cold enough to be cold enough for snow, and that's a possibility a couple different occasions next week. It looks like there are more and more signs of a pair of storms to affect the Mid-Atlantic region. This is actually from last night's Zero-Z GFS model run for Christmas Eve, Monday evening, and it in fact has a wave of low pressure headed right towards the Mid-Atlantic region. The rain-snow line somewhere around northern Maryland, cutting across southern New Jersey here. It's certainly a borderline situation in terms of possibility of snow, but there certainly is now a threat for a storm system Monday evening into early Tuesday. Of course, Monday is Christmas Eve and Tuesday is Christmas Day. So this particular low pressure area that definitely gives us a chance for a white Christmas, especially from the Pennsylvania-Maryland border north, but even perhaps in northern Maryland and some of the far northern suburbs of the Washington, D.C. area. We'll have to monitor this over the next couple of days. This is storm system number 1, according to last night's GFS model. Now let's jump ahead 24 hours. And here we go to Tuesday night of next week, Christmas night. That first wave has moved off the coast, and here we go again with the second wave. This is kind of the wave we've been following all along, thinking that the track would be a little bit farther south and east than what the models originally projected. Some of the models had this cutting way up to the north and west into the Great Lakes, producing nothing but rain here in the Mid-Atlantic region. They seem to be picking up a blocking pattern that will be setting up in the atmosphere and have kind of gone more and more to the southern route. In fact, this is way down here in the deep south as of Tuesday night. Now let's jump ahead 24 hours. And here we go to Wednesday night of next week, according to last night's 0ZGF model run. That low moves from here and kind of develops right along the Mid-Atlantic coastline, kind of what we were thinking the last several days, that this track would take more of a southern route, more of a coastal route, and hence more of a possibility of some frozen precipitation here in the I-95 corridor. It'll be certainly nothing is set in stone right now. It looks like the big cities from D.C. up to Philly to Baltimore, it'll be a close call between snow, rain, and ice. It looks like potentially heavy inland snows here associated with this storm, late Wednesday into Thursday, maybe rain right along the coast, but the I-95 corridor itself has a threat for some substantial snow. But right now it's certainly going to be, looks like a battle zone between the rain, snow, and sleet right around the I-95 corridor. So not one, but 2 potential storms next week, one Monday evening into Tuesday morning. A little bit of a weaker system compared to the second one coming in the middle part of next week. That middle week storm will have a lot of moisture to deal with, but that first storm is going to be an important storm and very well could produce a white Christmas for parts of the Mid-Atlantic region. Updates later today and all weekend long at the SIweather.com. That's it for now. I'm the SI meteorologist, Paul Dorian.